Mr. White, welcome.
Chairman Goodlatte, Ranking Member Nadler, and members of the Judiciary Committee, thank you for inviting me to testify today. My name is Chad White. I am the owner of Class Tech Cars, an online small business specializing in reproduction automotive parts located in Timberville, Virginia. I want to thank Chairman Goodlatte and the committee for holding this critical hearing to address the small business impacts of the Supreme Court's recent decision in Wayfair versus South Dakota. Over 30 years ago, I left a career in the hospitality industry to take a job in a friend's automotive body shop and pursue my passion for classic cars. Over the next 20 years, I helped grow that business into a top 10 national vendor for Ford products. But I had always dreamed of starting my own business and making my mark in the automotive world. I began selling items online out of my home in 2001. Over the last 17 years, I've been able to grow my business to 6,500 active listed items, specializing in American-made muscle cars of the 60s and 70s. With the assistance of online platforms like eBay, Class Tech Cars has been able to market and sell products across the country and throughout the world. The internet is a tremendous tool for small businesses, but make no mistake, starting and growing a small business remains a difficult task. Every expenditure I make has to be carefully considered. I currently employ 8 individuals and committed to grow my business, but the Supreme Court's recent decision in South Dakota versus Wayfair gives me and millions of other small business owners across the country pause as we consider what lies ahead for internet-enabled entrepreneurs. There are many challenges to setting up a business, a small business, but one enormous burden small businesses have not yet had to bear is the threat of having to collect and remit sales taxes in roughly 12,000 jurisdictions across this country. Let me be clear, we collect taxes and remit taxes like any other business in those states where we have a physical presence. I handle this process through a part-time employee who spends a few hours a week calculating tax and remitting quarterly. I honestly do not know how we will handle having to increase this collection and remittance compliance from a few locations to thousands across the country. I have heard the pitch that free software can solve the problem, but we all know that in life nothing is free. Software can get expensive. Collection and remittance is one thing, but think about the risk of audits by faraway states and compliance measures in thousands of jurisdictions across the country. Many online small businesses sell in many multiple ways, from their physical store, over the phone, on the website, or on marketplaces such as eBay. Certified service providers' audit protection guarantees fall flat when a state of local jurisdiction simply claims there is misrepresentation or fraud. Once a small business receives a demand letter from a faraway jurisdiction, they are left with a lose-lose decision, or just paying to try to defend themselves in a foreign tax court. Small businesses are the lifeblood of the American economy, and the internet has allowed American small businesses to start up and grow in unimaginable ways. So many others I risk in starting my business build it with hard work and perseverance. As confusion sets in after the Wayfair decision, I worry about what comes next for my business. I worry about compliance, about cost, and about out-of-state audits. I have other small business entrepreneurs that have asked me if it is even worth it to start an online business in light of these new tax burdens. I wonder what my choice would have been if I had started my business today. Chairman Goodlatte, Ranking Member Nadler, and members of this committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify on this critical issue. As you examine the challenges ahead post-Wayfair, I urge Congress to pass legislation to protect small businesses like mine and millions of others across the country. having to endure this uncertainty and the burdensome tax requirements and audit risks. Some small businesses are the growth of the engine of our economy, and without important protections, we risk preventing new entrepreneurs from starting successful online businesses. Thank you, and I look forward to taking your questions.